Israel's former Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is reportedly negotiating a deal to end his corruption trial. If it goes through, the deal could include a provision banning Netanyahu from politics. Netanyahu was Israel's longest-serving Prime Minister. He served a record 12-year tenure from 2009 to 2021. Netanyahu became Israel's first sitting Prime Minister to be indicted on corruption charges. In 3 separate indictments, he has been charged with bribery, fraud, and breach of trust. Netanyahu has been accused of accepting improper gifts. He is also accused of illegally trading regulatory favor with media moguls in exchange for positive coverage. Netanyahu lost power in June last year as premier and is now the opposition leader. He has pleaded not guilty to the 3 charges. Reports say the 72-year-old politician is in discussions with Israeli Attorney General, and he is mulling to plead guilty to reduced charges and have potential prison time commuted to community service. A number of elements remain unresolved, such as the inclusion of the charge of moral turpitude. The talks have hit a bump over Netanyahu's demand to be spared the conviction carrying a moral turpitude clause. Now, under Israel law, the charge would ban Netanyahu from politics for 7 years. If he accepts a charge of moral turpitude, settlement could mean the 5-time premier doing community service. The reports have rocked the Likud party. Netanyahu has held the party in a strong grip for nearly 2 decades. If the deal goes through, it could pave the way for new leadership of the Likud party. Last year, kindred parties refused to join Netanyahu, citing the ongoing trial. Likud had failed to form a new government. If he were barred from politics, right-wing members of Prime Minister Bennett's coalition could opt to form a new government. That's with a Likud party under a new leadership. Now, Health Minister Horowitz shared his displeasure over Netanyahu's plea deal. In a tweet, he said there was no person who endangered the rule of Israeli law more than Netanyahu, adding that Netanyahu is not entitled to deals and facilitations. In the face of the great corruptors, the law must be exhausted. Our correspondent Jody Cohen has sent us this report from Ra'anana in Israel. Take a look.
Netanyahu's lawyers and Attorney General Avichai Mandelblit are said to be inching closer towards a possible plea deal. However, the prospects of a deal are said to be low, as this could bar Netanyahu from public office for 7 years, likely ending his political career. Opinion polls suggest that most Israelis oppose a plea deal. Left-wing supporters believe it would send the wrong message and that the former PM should go to prison. Right-wing supporters oppose it as they believe he is innocent and that the court will throw out its cases. They point to the fact that the reported plea would dismiss the strongest charge against Bibi, that of bribery, as proof that the prosecution's case is weak. This is Jody Cohn for WION World is One.
WION, now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.